Hello, I'm going to talk about Backlash today. Backlash is the newest WWE pay-per-view. And we had Raw people and SmackDown people. Sometimes it'd be a single pay-per-view, like a SmackDown pay-per-view or a Raw pay-per-view. I only been to one previous pay-per-view, and that was TLC back in 2016. Now, in this pay-per-view, we had a couple matches, and they were all pretty good. The first match was the Women's Tag Team Championship match, and it was okay. That's it. It was okay. I mean, it wasn't anything great. It wasn't anything super amazing. It had some fun matches. Like there was the Bucks of Bliss did a double body cross. Basically, all the ladies were at one point all knocked down. And it was basically the best diva match because it just had all this cool stuff. And there was a big fake out, and basically they retained the title, so it wasn't a big handoff of the match, and that's about it. Handoff. That sounds wrong how I said it, but whatever. Handoff. Say that really fast. Handoff. Sounds weird. And yeah, so the titles were not exchanged. They retained the title. And it was quite a lengthy match. It took a while for it to end. And the next match was one people was I was waiting for, was Jeff Hardy versus Sheamus, which was cool. Jeff Hardy did his usual high flying maneuvers, and Sheamus just kind of took the action. And Sheamus has kind of a slight advantage over Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy's pretty tall, like a 6-footer, but I think Sheamus is like 6'4", 6'5". I know a dude that's super tall in high school and college. He's like 6'2" or 6'1", and Sheamus made him look small. He was like Sheamus like a 6'5" guy, I think, and he just took down Jeff Hardy pretty bad. And basically, the whole time saying, Jeff Hardy completely humiliated Sheamus, and Sheamus just wanted revenge. So yeah. I guess that's basically what happened there. And the Sheamus and Jeff Hardy match was one of the better matches of the night. And after that debacle, no, not really debacle, it was a pretty decent match. Sheamus, we had our second Divas match, and that was Nikki Jax versus Asuka. Now I don't really get a thing for Asuka. I know she was undefeated for a very long time, and she. Nia Jax wants the title for Raw Women's Tag Team Championship, and it was a good match. I mean, Nikki Jax still has a size advantage, also has an advantage over Asuka. Asuka's kind of tiny. She can just like power bomb her like, anytime she wants. But it was also a good match. It was a lot of fun. All these matches were fun. I don't think there was a bad match in any of them. I'll get to the best one. I think I'll get into that later. But no, I mean Asuka's still champion. And if you haven't seen this, sorry if I spoiled that, but no, she's still a champion. And it was a fun match. Probably one of the least engaging matches. And there was this whole thing where it's like, what you can do, we can do better with the tag team champs versus the Viking Warriors. Then we had The Miz and John Morrison versus Braun Strowman handicap match, and you'd think it'll chat with it. But there's one thing that happened. The Miz fucked it up. He could have had it, but his own ego, his own insecurities, his own wanted to win fucked up the match, and it was going the John Morrison's and the Miz's way, but of course Braun Strowman kind of pulled through. I mean, Braun Strowman's a fan favorite. I'm not a big fan. I mean, I don't think he's that great of a wrestler. I mean, he's a big guy, but his wrestling is kind of like it's a great Khali. The Great Khali was like one of the biggest wrestlers in WWE, but all he really did was like, slap people on the chest, and that's about it. He wasn't that great of a wrestler. And there's people that are big wrestlers like Undertaker and Kane who are amazing wrestling. Like Undertaker's one of the best wrestlers ever. He has the technique and the size. And Braun Strowman kind of has the size and some of the technique. All he really does is like slap people or like run into them and uses the size as an advantage. But I like to see him do like more stuff than that. So yeah, The Miz really messed it up. And it was like kind of, it was warranted. It was something The Miz would do. And of course we had the WWE Championship match between Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre. MVP was there. MVP actually distracted Drew McIntyre and got Backlash, put him in a full Nelson before the match even started. And it was a good match. I mean, Drew McIntyre, I don't know why he's WWE Champion. I don't think he's that great. I think I have love Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley's that's okay. And there's this whole altercation where Lana comes in and Bobby Lashley actually, Drew McIntyre throws them into Lana and Lana throws the MVP, so they all fall down. And of course, in that distraction, Drew McIntyre is able to take the opportunity and take the pin. Even though he's not the ultimate opportunist, that's Edge, which I'll be talking about pretty soon. But yeah, the Drew McIntyre Bobby Lashley match, one of the better matches of the night. And like I said, I think there's this whole thing with the whole what you can do, we can do it better. And basically, yeah. And believe it or not, the match versus Edge and Randy Orton was so long. It was like an hour. I didn't feel like an hour. Actually, my favorite match of all time is the 1 hour Iron Man match between Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart. My favorite match ever. Now, was this the greatest match ever? No. But it's probably the best wrestling match I've seen in a long time. It was really good. I mean, Edward Norton, somebody else. Randy Orton and Edge really tired each other out. Like, they must have been in gruesome pain. There were spears, there was RKOs, there were educators, there was frickin', Randy Orton took out of his mentor Triple H and did a frickin' DDT pedigree. The Edge was about to do the sharpshooter. The Edge used one of Trish's techniques. The Edge did a rock bottom. Now, the Edge one doing a rock bottom, that would have been amazing. But no, I didn't like the end of the match. There was a lot of, still bullshit that made it keep going. It might have gone a little too long, but they were trying to make the greatest wrestling match of all time. So that was a 1 hour main event. So I think that was pretty good. Yeah, it was about an hour. There's like spears. I love when there's just a spear. I heard some people kind of complain about a spear, saying it's like just hugging the guy. But I think there's a lot of momentum in it. But no one does this feel like Goldberg. Not even Roman Reigns is like, okay, spear, but Goldberg, you feel those spears. But yeah, that was a big match of the night, and it was great. That was the first time I've seen Edge wrestle in a long time. I didn't see WrestleMania. I didn't see him wrestle anything. This is the first time I've seen him wrestle in a long time, so it was great to see Edge do a spear. Not once, but twice. I really wish Edge would have won. There's really no reason, but Randy Orton the winner. Randy Orton, there's really nothing. And yeah, which kind of leads into what happens later. But yeah, it was just a good rivalry. I think that was just an amazing match. Overall, it's one of the best pay-per-views I've seen in a long time. There's no bad matches. The best match is actually the main event, for sure. Edge vs. Randy Orton, that's the match that goes down history. That's one of the best matches of ever, but not the best wrestling match of all time. Alright, see ya. Hope you liked the video. Subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.